you all are having a great day today. I thought I would do a quick video on meditation and my meditation practice. So I have some notes down here. I have my computer in my lap, so if I look down, that's what I'm looking at, just so I can remember everything. So first I wanted to go over the benefits. So why should you meditate? And for me, I've been meditating consistently for about a year, and I have definitely noticed that a lot of different things have improved, both in my day-to-day life and in my practice, my pagan practice as well. The number one benefit that I've found so far in meditation is that I've become much more calm, better able to handle stressful situations, better able to handle the stresses of the day. Before meditating, I struggled with a lot of anxiety, and just taking that time to meditate daily, over time I began to notice that I was able to handle those anxious moments much better, and they didn't negatively affect my day. I was able to just kind of move on and keep going. So if you're like me, who struggle with anxiety, or just having kind of crazy thoughts in your head all day, meditation is a great way to maintain that level of calm. And that even extends to not having these negative feelings affect you as well. So say I get a negative comment or on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, I kind of just am able to calmly just brush it off my shoulders, no big deal, move on with my life, and not let other people's negativity affect me and cause me anxiety. So that's been probably the biggest benefit for me, is that ability to maintain calm. Another great thing that I have noticed from my meditative practice is that my sleep has improved. So like a lot of people, I would toss and turn a lot at night. I'd have difficulty falling asleep. I would constantly be thinking about, oh, what horrible things are, could happen, and just kind of these negative thoughts, and reliving those embarrassing moments from your youth over and over in your head, and you can't fall asleep. But over time with meditation, I've found that I'm much able to both quickly fall asleep, not toss and turn as much, stay asleep throughout the night, and I'm not as plagued by those negative thoughts as I used to be. Another great thing with meditation is you become better able to listen to the cues from your body. So checking in with your mind and your body, you notice those little aches and pains. I get them a lot in my upper back, and I can notice them when I'm just taking that moment to be still and sit within myself. And I just make a mental note, to work on that area in yoga or something like that. I'm also able to notice how my body feels after I eat certain things. So if I'm eating a lot of junk food, I'll more quickly notice that, I'm feeling sluggish or not as energized, and make that effort to eat healthier. So it's kind of, by improving my mind, I've also kind of improved my body, which I'm pretty pleased about, and it's really helped me kind of be mindful when I'm eating. Another thing is that I've been better able to achieve balance and in other areas of my life. So when you're meditating and you're bringing stillness to your own mind, you then want to, at least for me, when I'm done with my practice, I feel like I want to maintain balance in the rest of my life. So that might include cleaning my apartment. It's not as much of a chore anymore, because I want to maintain make my outer area how my inner mind feels. I guess that makes sense, I'm not sure. But also with finances, I find it easier to stick to a budget now. Partly because I feel like meditation has made me more grateful for the things I do have. And then also, again, it's just, why would I want to bring that anxiety of overspending into my life? It's just something I don't need. So I've been able to achieve that kind of balance both internally and externally. And probably the last thing here that I found is a huge benefit is specifically for those people, you know, that are pagans or witches or interested in Wicca, and there's always a lot of visualization that's necessary in spell work and ritual. And by doing a regular meditative practice, you can improve those visualization skills and maintain that visualization strongly in your mind for much longer. So those were some of just the basic main benefits that I've seen personally, and I wanted to share those with you because I know a lot of people, they think, oh, is meditation such a chore? Why am I doing this? And yes, you know, it is something that takes a while and it is difficult at first, but there are definitely great benefits for it. So, you know, even if you're new and you're starting out, you know, I would say just keep going with it and try and notice the little changes in your life, and noticing those, you know, small improvements will help maintain your motivation going forward. So some tips and tricks for how to meditate if you are just starting out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find a comfortable position to meditate. For me, that means I need to put my phone on silent because I don't want to get a call or a text while I'm meditating. That would like take me out of the mood. I want to make sure I am somewhere quiet where someone's not going to like walk in on me. And so I make sure I find that space and time that I can dedicate just, you know, to a few minutes of just being alone and quiet. Then you start with your breathing exercises. So for meditation, you usually start with focus on the breath. So you're going to take several deep breaths in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And you're going to do this for, usually when you're starting out, you might want to do it a little bit longer before you can get into that natural rhythm. So I would always do it for a few minutes, just deep breaths in and deep breaths out through the mouth. Eventually, when you're a few minutes into your meditation, you can just more regulate your breathing to a much normal pace, just in through the nose and out through the nose. But when you're starting out, I recommend taking some of those really deep, big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and that kind of gives your body a key to tell it to, you know, this is the time for, let's calm down, let's focus, let's just focus on the breath and push all of those other thoughts away. And one thing you will notice right away is that thoughts will pop up, and that's completely normal, and you know, that might frustrate you, but don't let it frustrate you because it happens to everyone. In Buddhism, they call this the monkey mind because like chatter, chatter, chatter. And you're always gonna have these thoughts. And so what I do is, there's two different kind of visualization techniques I use. One is I imagine myself kind of laying on a field of grass, looking up at the sky, and as a thought enters my mind, I try and visualize it and just turn it into a cloud, like a gentle cloud, and just kind of watch it fly across the sky. I try not to focus too much attention on it. I just calmly, peacefully watch the cloud move on. Another visualization that I do sometimes is I'll be sitting in a forest by a stream, and I'll have any thoughts that pop up are leaves, and I just watch them, you know, gently flow along the stream until they go out of view. So this kind of takes you out of the thought and kind of viewing the thought as almost an object from an outsider's perspective, and then you just watch it go away. So these are some great techniques because those thoughts are going to happen, and it's totally normal to just kind of acknowledge the thought, don't get stressed about the thought, and just watch it flow. And eventually it'll, you know, less and less thoughts will come to you, and it'll slowly get easier. And then I usually, in my own practice, I do meditation twice, but I do it fairly short. So you can meditate for 5, 10, you know, 15 to 30 minutes, you know, whatever is at your comfort level. What I do is I meditate for about 15 minutes in the afternoon, usually after I do some yoga. So usually in yoga, at the end of the practice, you go into Shavasana, which is kind of like a relaxed state. So for me, when I do Shavasana, I use that time as my meditative practice. So I'll sit up straight, get comfortable, and then meditate for around 15 minutes or 10 minutes. That's okay too. Sometimes I can't always do the 15, and that's fine. And then another thing I'll do, which helps me with my sleeping, is I'll do kind of like a 5-minute meditation when I'm laying down in bed before falling asleep. And for that one is more of like a visualization technique that kind of helps calm my body and prepare myself for sleep, where I'll lay there and just focus on different parts of my body, slowly relaxing. So I'll start with my toes, moving up my feet, up my legs, and then all the way up to my head. And usually by the time that I reach the top of my head, my body and mind has reached a relaxation state where it's really easy to fall asleep, and sometimes I just fall asleep right within those 5 minutes of focusing on that, on the body and on the mind. So those are just some tips and tricks that I do for my meditation. There's a lot of great information out there, so I recommend watching other YouTubers, seeing what they do, and you can, you know, continuously build up either the time for your meditation. So say you can only do it for 5 minutes, that's totally fine, and then maybe in a year you'll be able to do 30 minutes, or maybe it's better for you to do a couple minutes meditation 3 times a day. So I'd be interested to hear from you guys. If you guys are fellow meditators, let me know what benefits you have received from your meditation, and if you have any tips or tricks that you can tell me and, you know, help me out and help the community out. So thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.